Howdy, howdy, and welcome to another wonderful trash take. So today we're going to be talking about the ICE raids in Chicago yet again. I say ICE raids, the ICE facility under attack by Antifa, retarded LARPers, and protesters, and Democrats running for candidates. So there have been a few videos that have come from this since I last covered it, and I feel like it was necessary to show some more. And Pam Bondi has now put out more tweets because our federal government, who's in charge of all three branches and has majority in the House and the Senate, the best they can do is tweet people. They can't actually enforce any laws or policies or anything, or pass any new laws or get people removed from the country, but they can send mean tweets 24/7. Don't worry. Let's start off with Pam Bondi. I currently dislike her because she wants to ruin free speech in America, but that's me digressing immediately. And then yesterday she put out this tweet. I have witnessed the continued onslaught of violence perpetrated against ICE officers across this country. Yeah, it's been going on for months. Why aren't they in jail? Why aren't they arrested? Obstruction of a federal agent is a crime. Arrest them. Well, you have to arrest them federally, to be fair. If they're not arrested on a federal level, they'll be released by the DA because the DA wants these leftist rioter protesters back on the streets. They will just drop charges entirely. There's some crazy video of a leftist DA in Florida that actually dropped charges on a guy who was cranking his hog at a park with a kid nearby. She dropped charges on him, saying that what he did was wrong but not illegal, which is fucking crazy to hear. Anyways, the Department of Justice will not stand idly by and face such lawlessness. Well, you've been standing idly fucking by for quite some time. There's videos of people throwing rocks off underpasses on cops down below, trying to kill them during the LA riots. There's tons of videos of people openly assaulting. There's a video of a woman in the courthouse, which people are showing pictures of here, assaulting an ICE agent who's trying to deport, whose husband is being deported. He's apparently a legal citizen. She's not. But she was physically interfering and physically assaulting ICE agent officers. And then when the guy finally gets her separated and is trying to put her in handcuffs, she trips and falls on her back and starts screaming on the ground. And she gets surrounded by the cameras. And then apparently the dude got put on leave for trying to arrest someone who's physically assaulting and obstructing ICE agents, which is fucking crazy to me. But you can watch the video if you want. It's kind of heart-wrenching because there is a family being pulled apart. But I don't want to be like Trump administration's evil. This has happened every president that has deported people. Obama is the deporter in chief. I call him the drone strike king. He deported 2 million illegals or some crazy shit like that. It happened during every era, during every president. It's emotional blackmail is what they're trying to do by showing you this really charged video of this woman assaulting an ICE officer and then trying to get arrested and falling on her ass. That's what they're doing. Anyways, I'm digressing too much. At my direction, I'm deploying the DOJ agents to ICE facilities. It should have already been done months ago. And whenever ICE comes under siege, to safeguard against federal agents, protect federal property, and immediately arrest all individuals engaged in a federal crime. Well, this should have already been done. What do we mean? What do you mean you're going to arrest people committing crimes? This shouldn't be breaking fucking news. This should be another normal Tuesday. Pursuant to Trump's recent executive action, I've also instructed the Joint Terrorist Task Force groups across the country to disrupt, investigate all entities and individuals engaged in actions of domestic terrorism. I'm going to make an aside real quick here. We're talking about domestic terrorism. So there's people that have been watching what's going on Blue Sky, and they noticed all the Blue Sky people are freaking out at Trump actually labeling them a terrorist organization because they fucking are. So this is Andy NGO. I've previously covered him as basically almost being brutally murdered in Portland by Antifa, an organization that calls himself Antifa and is fighting the good fight against fascism by trying to brutally murder a journalist that shows them being violent extremists that they are. So he is now telling people to basically get lawyers, stockpile weapons, get ready to fight. They'll shoot you. They'll kill you. You need to immediately shoot them the second you see cops. He is fear-mongering to try to incite violence among leftists. And he's now telling them to basically delete all their social media as well. It's kind of fucking crazy. I think people shouldn't overlook the fact that Andy NGO is appearing publicly at an apparently free event. This is the same dude. He's purposely putting tweets out there to try to encourage people to continually assault and try to kill this guy that's already been previously assaulted by ICE or Antifa. Now, why is he doing that? Because he covers Antifa being a terrorist organization, and obviously they don't like the bad press. That is literally it. So that he wants him fucking dead and is openly encouraging people to do it. Like I said, it's Blue Sky tweets of him basically telling people to get ready to fight, put all your valuables elsewhere so they can't seize your assets. Have guns, they're going to shoot your dog, they're going to kill your cat, so you need to have a gun before they do, get a lawyer, all this shit. Like, they're on full lockdown. And the Antifa retards on Blue Sky are on full meltdown, deleting and scrubbing every post of social media that they humanly can, because they know they've been acting like a terrorist organization. And Trump's executive order, as much as they want to whine that Antifa isn't an organization, they know it's targeted at them, and they are fucked, and they should be. Just a little side there, I wanted to cover that to explain a little bit more about domestic terrorism. Including the repeated acts of violence and obstruction against federal agents. Yes, this should have always been immediately arrested. This is fucking stupid. The Department of Justice will seek the most serious available charges against all participants in these criminal mobs, including conspiracy offenses, assault offenses, civil disorder offenses, and terrorism offenses. Good! While these never-ending attacks are designed to break our will, which they've been pretty much doing since you've been doing jack shit to stop them, they have only strengthened our resolve to complete our work, to complete the work begun. Well, you like what? Complete the work? It seems like you haven't fucking started, Pam. You've been deporting people, which is good. But then the second protesters show up, you basically just shut down the facility and do jack shit all day. And even when they assault, make threats to kill, and stand in the way and purposely block agents, like this is like shit that they need to be arrested for. It's not peacefully protesting when you're forming a human body chain in the middle of a highway or a roadway, blocking federal agents trying to leave. That's not peacefully protesting. You're not allowed to stand in the middle of a fucking roadway to peacefully protest unless you get like a permit for the city in advance. There's a bunch of shit you can do, but they don't do that. Oh, but they should be able to. It's freedom of speech. It's not freedom of speech to obstruct fucking federal agents. To that end, I've directed the FBI, DEA, ATF, and USMS to accelerate our efforts alongside the Department of Homeland Security to locate, apprehend, detain, prosecute, and remove all illegal aliens present in our country. The rule of law will prevail. Pam Bondi needs to stop putting out powerful tweets and needs to fucking do something. This is getting really fucking frustrating to see day after day after day of her doing jack shit. So this is a video at the ICE facility in Chicago. Let's listen to the peaceful, mostly peaceful chants. Goes from arrest ICE to shoot ICE. Shoot ICE. Notice how it's only one or two people? I'm willing to bet those are the actual Antifa in the crowd, the agitators that are either useful idiots or they're purposely trying to get the rest of the mob incited for violence. And that is what they are doing. You are calling to shoot federal fucking agents. Felony. Felony. It's not hyperbole. I keep seeing this thing where leftists have discovered what hyperbole is. You can call to brutally murder someone if you just call it hyperbole. Tee-hee. It's all over Twitter with these retard leftists and communists that seem to think that they can openly call for murder and just say it's hyperbole. That's not how it works, you fucking idiot. Yes, hyperbole is exaggerated speech. Guys, I'm exaggerating when I say to kill them. I just mean to kill them. You're not exaggerating anything. The issue is that they know what they're doing is wrong, but they're just trying to convince other people that, oh, they're actually not calling for people to be killed. It's like what Hassan Piker does every fucking time he streams and calls for death. He calls it hyperbole after as his scapegoat, because you can call for someone being brutally murdered on twitch.com as long as you apparently label it as hyperbole TM or some bullshit like that. Anyways, this is them calling for ICE to be shot. Some old man with a rape whistle. Yeah, they're in a real standoff facility fighting fascism by standing there doing nothing. Half the crowd's journalists. There's like 10% are maybe idiots with signs, and then you got the dude wearing like fucking rollerblading gear, and he's with a rape whistle yelling to shoot ICE. Yeah, fucking great. So Asmongold, like always, the forefront of the good fight at the moment, put out a banger tweet yet a fucking again. Thank God to Asmongold. Shout out to Asmongold. I can't wait for him to actually make a comeback here. The world needed most. He vanished. He'll be back eventually. His father did pass away, so he is grieving at the moment for that, and I cannot blame the guy. Family matters to basically everyone besides leftists because they've already cut all their family off, but you should always take the amount of time you need to mourn. Back on point. Then do something about it, you fucking retards, because this is the Homeland Security putting a Twitter account tweet out. This is the Homeland Security official Twitter account putting out a tweet where they're responding to the video of them saying shoot ICE. And they say, sickening chance to shoot ICE from a mob of over 200 violent psychopaths outside the Broadview Processing Center in Illinois, Chicago. This is the facility. This is transpiring just a few days after the horrific terrorist attack on the ICE facility in Dallas. True. The HS is calling on blah, blah, blah to tone down the rhetoric and condemn these riots. Terrorism will never stop. No, they're not going to tone down any rhetoric. They don't tone down the rhetoric. They only ever crank it up until their side gets attacked, and then they beg for the rhetoric to turn down. They want the rhetoric worse and worse and worse. So then when ICE eventually does shoot someone justifiably, they'll try to convince everyone in the media that this individual shouldn't have been shot here, even though it's going to be a video of them like trying to beat someone's head in with a fucking rock. I'm sure it's going to be something stupid like that. Future prediction. Anyways, Asmongold responds, then fucking do something about it. Sorry, my bad. Then Asmongold responds, then do something about it, you fucking retards. True! All they do is fucking tweet. It's annoying. Calling to shoot a federal agent is against the law. Why aren't they arrested? Absolutely fucking true. This dude is trying to start a chant to incite a mob to shoot agents. Like, what the fuck are we on about? This is legal as fuck. In front of a federal facility. Probably on federal property, too. That doesn't look like the street. That looks like a fucking private area. That looks like a parking lot somewhere. So it's either owned by the federal government or a nearby business, not the public property, is what I'm trying to get at. Imagine controlling all three branches of government, and the only thing you can do is tweet. And that is exactly what I've been saying, because all Pam Bondi's been doing is sending fucking tweet after tweet after tweet. We've been seeing a lot of, guys, we're really gonna start cracking down soon. Here's another, we're cracking down tweet. We're cracking down, guys. The obligatory we're cracking down tweet. And I'm not seeing any of these people be arrested. And there's another video from a few days ago I want to show too. This is from a raid from a few days ago where I believe a car is coming back to an ICE facility, and they are in the middle of the fucking road. You can see the street back here in a second, but they're just standing in the road purposely trying to block and stop a federal car. Like, what the fuck? These people are fucking crazy. You're not going to win against a car. And there's the road down there for people that are saying they're on a crosswalk. That's not, they're in the middle of the fucking road. There's no crosswalk. This is fucking stupid. I keep seeing this leftist on Twitter. Leftists lie about everything all the time. Shout out to Black Dumpling. She's the first one I saw use this term, and it's completely accurate. They will just lie. They don't care. The whole point is to try to see whatever sticks and then keep running with it till someone disproves it and then lie again. So this was going around of federal agents blow through an intersection trying to kill protesters, and all they're doing is slowly trying to move up because these people are standing in the middle of the fucking street. That guy throws like a hat or something, bounces, hit that guy in the face. Fucking absolute cinema. And I noticed that with the Paris protest, or the Paris riots. It wasn't a protest, it was a riot. Where they're throwing bottles and bricks, and then some guy actually got hit in the head by one of the fucking retarded Antifa people who missed a throw and nailed him. And that's exactly right. These people are fucking stupid. They're not going to give a shit if they hurt you. Their goal is to hurt that car. And unfortunately, you're on the other side of the car. And they don't have object permanence. They have the fucking IQ of a toddler. So they can't see you. You don't exist. They can't obviously comprehend that their action has consequences. Yeah, they're just standing in the middle of a car. They're standing in the middle of the road trying to push a car, to stop a car. They're also hitting the windows and the sides. The officers inside this car are completely surrounded by a violent mob that is trying to break into the vehicle and stop the vehicle. They're lucky they didn't get run the fuck over, that these officers decide there is no threat here. We're going to keep scrolling. We're going to keep driving. They are really fucking lucky, because if they got run over, I'd feel no empathy or no sympathy for these fucking retards that are trying to form a human, like, boulder to block a car. Shout out to these agents, though, for acting very cool under the pressure of being surrounded by a mob that wants them dead. Very, very cool. Oh, look, it's the old man that was shouting to kill or shoot ICE earlier. I might have been blocking with my face, but that's him. He's in the all yellow skate gear. He was at the outside the facility saying shoot ICE. Same dude. Still not arrested. This is obstruction. 100%. Every single one of these people needs to be arrested. Every single one. Federal charges, not local, so that way the DA can't fucking drop them. The local DA, that is. Pam Bondi should be able to put every single one of these people in jail for a clear obstruction. These people aren't trying to get out of the way. They're trying to stop the car. I believe that we will win. Yeah, I'm glad you got the high school football chant. There's a commonality between the antisocial people that were never at the football games or were on the football team, and they're now here using the same chants at the football games. It's kind of ironic. You're not going to win against a fucking car. Are you stupid? And the whole point of this is intimidation, by the way. This is a totally 100% intimidation tactic they're trying to use to get these people to quit their job. What they know they're doing is completely illegal, and they're betting on the inaction of our government to not arrest them. They are trying to intimidate these officers. They want to kill them. This is what they are trying to encourage to happen. Like, you got this soy boy that probably just hurt the fuck out of his hand punching a windshield. Like, this shit's funny to me. These are the people with social anxiety when you try to ask them what they want to eat at a restaurant, showing up to protest wearing full gear, like shaking the entire time because they're fighting fascism by almost getting run over by a car. I just want to give you guys, like, the reason I'm playing this entire video out is to give you a frame of reference that it isn't like a small intersection or it's just one thing. It's a group of people that have surrounded a car and are violently attacking the car with chants against the ICE agents that are obstructing, and are clearly trying to, they are clearly politically intimidating. I just want to make that absolutely clear. This isn't like a 10-second clip and then they all left. They aren't leaving. That's the point. There's the guy saying to shoot ICE, by the way, standing behind the facility, standing behind the car. The guy chanting to shoot ICE, who should be arrested, standing behind the car again. Get in front! Get in front! Oh, there's the guy that's been doing all the chants. He just demasked himself. Oh, fuck, buddy. That's unfortunate. I can't wait to see your face and your full name and your legal address on 4chan.
Oh my God.
That's the ICE facility they're trying to go to right now. That they've been impeding this vehicle and trying to physically stop this entire time. Oh, notice how they start running away once they get toward the facility? Because they know if they actually cross this boundary, they're going to be fully handcuffed. And 100% of the time, they're not going to be allowed to go. What they need to start doing is having agents come out and on hand to arrest these fuckers immediately when they start doing this. Not 2 feet before the gate, but all the way down the road when they immediately start surrounding a federal agent's vehicle and attacking it. That's fucking crazy. This is a video of them actually doing arrests, I believe today. Last night they actually started arresting people though, because there was the same group of protesters that were getting worse and worse and worse. This has been building for a few days now, by the way. This isn't like an isolated incident. And that's the issue here is Pam Bondi is not quelling this before it gets worse. And she needs to right fucking now set an example of absolutely arresting these fucking retards.
Why are you pointing your fucking weapon right at people, you fucking toad?
Oh, brother, enjoy the concrete. Have a nice mouthful of asphalt. Damn, getting arrested. That's crazy. This bro he's not even close enough. But I mean, they're all wearing masks for the most part, so they're safe. Like, he's not even close enough here. You got more backlash on this guy who just walked up to him. Well, it depends on which way the wind's blowing too. Bro, he's got a grenade launcher! There are agents on some of the buildings nearby too, shooting down paintball, pepper spray basically, and gas grenades and tear gas. And so what you'll see with these agitators too is they'll start, oh look, he's physically punching the agents. They'll start like wearing gloves so they can pick these canisters up because they're hot as fuck and try to throw them back at the agents, but they're all wearing gear so it won't actually affect them. So now we have the pink retard with a mask getting arrested like they should be. They're wearing a gas mask so they're immune to the fucking, not the pepper spray, but everything else. Choking gas, I forget what they call it. But yeah, finally some arrests happened yesterday after all that shit's been going down for days. But I think the first time I showed the video, there were arrests on day one, but it's kind of been tame and they haven't been arresting anyone else, and this crowd's getting larger and larger without any action being taken. You criminals will see your day. Enjoy your power. I'm fighting Nazi Germany, guys. I'm doing it. I'm getting arrested just fighting Nazi Germany. It's funny to me because Trump's getting called a fascist no matter what he does. It's like the boy who cries wolf. It reminds me of the story of the boy who cries wolf. He always cries wolf at everything, and then when a wolf actually shows up, he gets eaten, right? That's the whole point of the story. So it loses its significance in the term. That's the moral of the story. And I don't think leftists understand this basic child's tale and the grave and the connotations behind it, because they call everyone fascist. So if Trump actually did something fascist at this point, you're going to have a lot of people cheering for it because The left, has been openly assaulting and calling for death with nothing happening. And Trump's getting called a fascist anyways, so who's going to blame the guy when he actually does something that is fascist? Which I don't, at this point, him weaponizing the government, I don't really understand how that would be done besides enforcing laws that they're already calling fascist for anyways. These people should have been arrested days ago. They're going to call them fascists for this. They should be in jail. What the fuck are we on about? What these specific people did, it's not up for me to decide. They're there protesting. I'm sure they're part of the people that are making death threats or calling out for ICE to be killed. I'm sure they were interfering and obstructing. Everyone in this crowd seems to be. So them grabbing someone, it doesn't seem like it's going to be too hard to press charges. Like I previously showed in the ICE video, they have agents on top of the buildings basically recording everything. So what I think Pam Bondi is going to do is build enough evidence of them recording, showing them obstructing 5 or 6 times. When they finally arrest them and demask them, they're going to match them 1-to-1 on these videos and then add as many charges as they can, which I'm hoping that's what's been happening. And it's not just them recording for funsies in case there's a shooter. And Pam Bondi hasn't been doing jack shit. This is me giving a best faith argument of why they've been not doing anything, is to try to build as much charges as humanly possible to put these guys in life, or put these guys in prison for life. But like I was saying, like if fascism actually came to America, you're going to have people cheering. But this isn't fascism. Enforcing laws, arresting people for obstructing federal agents isn't fascism. Yeah, and he gets walked back, and everyone magically they stop deciding to protest now that the agents are out arresting people. It's kind of crazy. They decide, you know what? I don't want to be here doing this anymore now that people are getting arrested, huh? It's wild. That's all it took, huh? Crazy. Because the majority of these people are useful idiots. They're LARPers at best. They are fucking idiots who don't actually want to be arrested or face consequences for their action. They want to make violent calls for death, and they want someone else to do their dirty work for them. That's why you have the Fedora retard who shot the ICE facility with the anti-ICE written on the bullets. He was one of the ones that looks like he was encouraged completely by social media and the news to commit this shooting, to go cause fear in the people. They want political intimidation to get these people to quit. That's what the shooter who shot the ICE facility in Dallas did. He even intended that too. He wrote some manifesto saying, I hope they think twice next time they look at a rooftop. They want political intimidation and political violence to get their way because it is the way of communists. Because they cannot win in the marketplace of free ideas ever. Because the amount of population that's only ever really stupid enough to fall for communism is about 25%. Those are the useless people in society that will never be able to achieve anything by their own metrics because they believe the world has wronged them and they deserve everything for free. That is it. That is the simple answer. So they try to organize with political violence and political intimidation to use that political violence and political intimidation to overthrow the people in power to take over for themselves. They want the power. Them showing up in protests like this is to try to find and try to bait agents into making a mistake, because mistakes will happen. A car being surrounded and the agents plowing through it, a lot of people would agree with it, but you'd have people saying, hey, they need to be trained better. They need to not do this right now. Even though you have shootings at ICE facilities, you have assassinations happening all over the place. You have calls from governors for ICE that are coming after brown and black people, and they're an authoritarian state and you should be fearful. You have so many people inciting violence that if an agent does act up, it's going to be basically justified. And that's the sad part. It shouldn't be. You should be able to look independently at what the individual action is and whether or not it was justified. But you have so many calls to violence now that there are people who are going to be at this job that are scared. And they probably should take a step away. But that's the issue. It shouldn't get to that point. It should have never gone to this point. You shouldn't have assassins trying to kill ICE agents and shooting 2 illegal immigrants because they're a fucking retard. You shouldn't have people standing outside in the middle of an intersection with 20 people trying to push a car, slamming on the windows, trying to break into the car because they're fighting fascism. They should have been arrested. This should have been all stopped months ago. Unfortunately, our government's been fucking useless. And it's pretty fucking annoying. This is something that I don't think is actually going to go away till Pam Bondi makes some good fucking arrests and starts posting statistics. They were posting statistics of arrests in DC, and they were arresting a lot of fucking people that I didn't realize about. So that's good, I'd say, honestly. If you're taking criminals off the street ever, you're going to get my vote. That is what I want, is there's so much crime in America that is untouched, uncontested, that's just basically allowed to run free. It's kind of fucking crazy to me. I want the government to take actions to make the streets safer. These people that are obstructing federal agents, they aren't peacefully protesting. It's obstruction. Standing on the sidewalk, holding your sign, every day of the week, go for it. You will never get a complaint on me. You can hold a sign as long as it's not saying kill someone, you're fine. That's not what's happening here. And that's not what's going to be recorded by the media. And that's the point I'm trying to show this with. It was when the propaganda starts rolling out that the ICE agents accidentally ran someone over and they didn't deserve to have this happen. You're going to see video after video of people posting the truth on social media, but that's never going to be seen by mainstream media. Legacy media can't die fast enough. That is the best thing that could happen this generation, is legacy media dying out even faster at this rate. There's already so many people that are locked into YouTube and Reddit and Twitter and Facebook. Well, not even Facebook. That get their media from those websites. They don't watch the news. I don't even have a fucking TV. I don't have a TV that can play TV shows. I don't watch the news. I don't even watch ads. I don't even know what's coming out in theaters anymore. I don't even know when games are coming out unless I see a tweet about it. Like, I am completely never affected by this shit because I don't watch it. All I see is the clips on Twitter of them being fucking retarded, and that makes me realize I'm glad I'm not the generation that fell for the mainstream lies. The mainstream media lying constantly. I'm so fucking glad I'm not. Ugh. But yeah, that's all I have. That's all I want to rant about today. Is it looks like Pam Bondi might actually be finally doing something, boys. Put one on the clock of something's finally happening. You know, nothing ever happens. Something might be finally happening. Time. I don't fucking know. We'll see. We'll see. People need to start going to jail immediately for crimes they committed and to be charged and found guilty of those crimes. I don't want people to go to jail because you disagree with the government. I want them to go to jail because they committed fucking crimes. That's why I'm kind of waiting for this Comey shit to play out more, because it seems like he lied under oath. There's an interview of him with the Congress saying that he didn't leak it, and then he, like 2 or 3 years later, openly admitted to leaking it to a friend in the journalism or professor for him to leak it to the news. And I think right now people are saying it's a technicality that technically they only asked if he told someone at the FBI to leak it, and technically the dude wasn't at the FBI. He was a journalist or some shit. I don't know. I'm waiting to see how it plans out. I want to see what Pam Bondi and the Attorney General actually bring Comey up on, and I want to see what he goes to trial with and if he's found guilty, because they had enough for an indictment and they allowed him to turn himself in, which was infinitely nicer than them getting an indictment for the same charge of lying under oath on Roger Stone, who then they showed up at his house at 6 a.m. to do a fucking SEAL Team 6 raid with the media outside. Yeah, they tipped off the media for that too, because what the leftists do is they want to make an example out of everyone that disagrees with their apparition, with their control over the government. So they will purposely and commit ethics violations all day long because they know it's their friends that are going to call them in front of an ethics board, and they're going to let them go scot-free. So yeah, I think that was interesting to see that it was a complete difference of Trump not SEAL Team 6ing his house or Pam Bondi not SEAL Team 6ing his house. If it had happened, I'd say, yeah, that's what you fucking deserve. Because Comey also is the retard who's the intel agent that apparently didn't know 8647 means to kill the president. He apparently didn't know that when he posted it on fucking social media. Yeah. No one's fucking buying that. It's them purposely trying to be obscure and obtuse so they can act like willful retards. So, I didn't know I'm calling for death. Because that's what they do. They don't actually want to have a conversation. They want to incite violence as much as humanly possible to try to get someone killed and then act like they never did anything wrong. And if you call them out for it, you're a bad guy. Man, that's enough for today. Sorry, boys. Thank you guys very much for tuning in. If you like the video, if you like it, comment down below or subscribe. This was a longer one. I do apologize. I got my cup of coffee. I got my morning cup of coffee, and I'm enjoying my morning rant. So hopefully I'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, later.